Man, all right. Well, I feel like that segment's going to be longer usually, but we have something big to talk about, and that's the Joker.
Yeah.
If you didn't hear at the beginning of the show, this is going to be spoilers. We're going to talk spoilers. This is a spoiler discussion of the Joker. Or it's not even called the Joker.
It's
called
Joker.
Which, I like that. It's just called Joker.
We left our first segment a little early, so we can give this one about 20 minutes.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, because we're going to want to talk about this more. And
we sat there for like 45 minutes after the movie.
I know, we didn't leave till super late.
Just hanging out, which is always fun. But after sitting with it for a few days, I really love this movie, to be honest.
The more I thought about it, too, I'm like, oh.
I love it. Sometimes I'm picky when I go watch the movie, but then after I think about it, I'm just like, okay, yes, I love this movie. Yeah. It's not perfect, but overall, I really enjoy it. It's in my top 5 movies of the year, for sure.
If he doesn't, see, people give him the Oscar, and I never want to say that yet. But boy, I tell you what, he should be nominated. If he's not nominated, something's wrong.
Joaquin Phoenix?
Yeah.
We have a lot of stuff that hasn't came out yet, obviously.
Yes, but and I've been thinking about, because it's making me think about Logan and what happened with Logan. That seems so obvious to. I don't. Did any nominations for anything major? Nothing major.
It got.
I think. Yeah.
It got nominated for I think it won for best actor.
No, it didn't win. It didn't win. It was It was nominated though. I wish it would have won.
So some of those acting performances, and I know it came earlier in that year. Well, so
I know it's a little different, but Black Panther was nominated for Best Picture, and so we're heading in this right direction.
So there's no reason to not.
We're heading in this right direction. I don't know. I haven't seen everything yet. There's still a ton of stuff to come out this year, but I wouldn't. The movie too, honestly.
Yes, yeah, right.
Especially with 10 being eligible.
Yeah.
I could see the movie being nominated.
No reason not to.
I could see maybe a screenplay nomination and then actor nomination.
Definitely some of the
insane.
Yeah. We were talking. We're both cinematography.
It's going to be nominated for cinematography.
If it's not,
it's going to be. It's 100% going to be nominated for cinematography
as well. It was that stuff was excellent. There's some shots in this movie that are just incredible.
So this is. I do think that Joaquin Phoenix will 100% be nominated for Best Actor. I do think that he probably will win. There's probably one person right now who's contending. It's a dark horse in my mind, but you guys haven't seen the movie. It's Zach Gottsagen from the Peanut Butter Falcon.
Oh, excuse me. I've seen that.
Oh, you've seen it. I'm sorry. The computer's in my way of Brian's vision, so he's like irrelevant right now. I'm just talking to the character, right? Yeah, and he has Down syndrome. I think that it has nothing to do with him having Down syndrome. He gave an incredible performance for the role he was given, and I think it kind of shows people that you can't hide people with disabilities who can act. You can't.
Oh, sure.
And something like that could be really impactful if he gets nominated, and he also wins. Even if he gets a nomination, that's a big deal in the eyes of the Academy. It's a big deal.
It seems so. Stuff like that. It seems so obvious. Why are we doing this?
That movie's in my top 5 of the year, I think.
Sure.
Right now.
I'll show my kids the trailer for. Cause we're looking at a bunch of older stuff, and we're showing them the trailer for. Oh my gosh, I'm blanking right now. DiCaprio, Johnny Depp, where he plays Was He Gilbert Grape? What's He Gilbert Grape?
Yeah.
And DiCaprio's great in it. And it's DiCaprio, but it's
my daughter's 12 years old now.
No, I think he was 16 or.
Okay, he was nominated for.
He was nominated. Yeah, that was his first nomination.
Mm-hmm.
And one of my oldest, Charlize, my oldest one, was like, "Why didn't they just get an actor that?" And I went, "Yeah, good question. They could have just found out I don't want to say disabled. I don't want to say disabled. It sounds like, but whatever. But an actor that could do that, and I was like, yeah. And they weren't thinking that at the time.
Well, at that time, yeah.
But yeah, you're right. I mean, it could have.
Today it would be more likely.
And today they would do that. So, but yeah, you're absolutely right. It will shed some light on. Certainly, let's get some of these guys, guys and girls, a chance to. They can act. They want to act too.
Definitely. Back to the Joker thing, though. I wanted to say before I got off on that. No, before I got off on that tangent a little bit. This for me catapulted Todd Phillips into okay, this guy can direct.
Yeah, I agree.
Yes.
He's
probably not talk.
Yes. No, he shouldn't talk at all. He should not talk at all. But he's directed. He did the Hangover movies, right? He did War Dogs, which was kind of like the first step of me. Okay, this guy can do more than just comedy.
Yeah.
This is cementing this guy can really do drama and do drama well. and we saw how he used the camera. That's a big deal with dramas, especially a movie like this. And so it definitely catapulted him into the kind of like level of elite filmmakers right now, because there's very few people that could have captured this type of film the way he did.
Oh, it's well directed. You can tell.
Oh yes,
very well directed.
Well, and a lot of people were doubting him when this was announced.
Yes,
they were excited that they were the guy who did The Hangover.
100%, yeah.
But I was okay with it because I liked War Dogs. I thought it was a step in the right direction for him. If he just went straight from the Hangover movies to this, I would have been like, "What?"
Yeah. Well, it's that
he did and War Dogs,
and the comp too was also Adam McKay, who had doing like Anchorman. And,
that's true. Yeah,
Old School. I think he did.
And also, we don't know
going to like the big.
We know that Martin Scorsese kind of was involved in the beginning.
Yeah.
He helped get it off the ground and get it greenlit, I think. So that was promising that he believed in him. Yeah, because he went straight from Hangover 2, Hangover 3, War Dogs, Joker. Yeah. He also directed Due Date. Which
God.
Yeah. Which wasn't terrible.
Alright.
Wasn't terrible. He directed Starsky and Hutch.
Starsky and Hutch is amazing. It's on Netflix now. I fell asleep to the night.
Road Trip, Old School, Starsky and Hutch, School for Scoundrels, The Hangover, which all comedies.
Yeah, I was gonna say movies that are not really.
Did you Dinner for Schmucks? Did you do that?
I don't think so. It's not on here.
No, okay.
It's directed.
All right.
Yeah, but no, I think he did a great job. I'm excited. I was thinking about him when I was watching the movie, and I was just like, man, this guy put this together. It's incredible. Yeah. And I don't think Joker's the best movie of the year. I mean, it could be. I wouldn't be surprised if somebody considered it that. But it's already in my top 5. Like, I still have Endgame up there, John Wick Chapter 3, Aladdin, and I think Joker would be 4th probably. I like Joker more than Captain Marvel. I like Joker more than Spider-Man Far From Home.
Toy Story.
I just watched that again last night. I think I liked it a little less than I did when.
Which, unfortunately, me too. Which we can talk about that another time.
No, I just
so, how are you feeling about Joker?
I liked it. I don't think I loved it to the level you guys were, but I think I haven't like sat on it enough. I don't know. I feel like it's almost unlike anything I've watched almost before. Like it was literally, I felt literally like I was watching someone go insane. Like this is what someone.
The funny thing is, he's already insane when the movie starts.
Yeah,
pretty much.
I was sitting next to my buddy, and and we both looked at each other and went like, "I'm so uncomfortable watching this movie." Like, and it was an intentional, not just like. I mean, they didn't just do it for laughs.
Scary.
I was so it was. I literally felt like I was watching someone have the final straw pulled before they went insane, and it.
You feel bad for him up to a point.
Yeah.
And we don't spoil it. So until he kills those guys in the subway. Then it's
initially. You could say it was self-defense.
You could argue that, but
he hunted the guy down and killed him. But at the same time, that guy would have identified him.
Sure.
And so he kind of had to, but still, it's not. I'm not saying it's okay what he did at all.
Oh yeah, but you see it getting just worse and worse.
Absolutely.
From there on, and
once he, we could say that maybe the guy deserved it. The guy who got the scissors in the face. But still, once he did that, maybe even a little bit before that.
That guy didn't deserve it. He was a jerk.
You're right. He didn't deserve it. But
he pretended like
then it's okay. This guy's a serial killer murderer.
He killed his mother. See, that to me was like
that was before that, right?
Okay, at that point, that's when
he's
gone.
Yeah, it was the only word people have been when they ask me how it was. The only word that really comes to my mind is like disturbing. Like,
in a good way.
In a good movie way. It was just like, and that's what everyone goes.
Wait, hold on. Disturbing in a good way. I need you to explain that for just a slight second.
I mean,
all right, that has to be one of our future disturbing now. Apocaflix now, disturbing in a good way.
Like, in the sense of, like, I'm never going to root for someone to, like, go crazy. Sure. So it's disturbing. It is literally disturbing to watch this man lose his mind. And good way because it's not real. I mean,
well, that's what I'm saying. That's the thing is,
exactly.
Well, he's playing a character that is a comic book character.
Yeah.
So it's like, and that's
so what I'm saying is the disturbing parts of the movie contributed to the movie being a good movie.
Right.
So in that sense, I mean disturbing in a good way.
I had the same feeling watching this. I remember the first time I saw Seven. I think I was maybe 10th grade.
Great movie.
And it is, but it's like it's one of those where I can't watch that again. I've only seen that twice since it's been out, and
sadly, I don't think I can ever watch a Kevin Spacey movie again.
That's yeah.
And you know what's the problem with that with me is Baby Driver. I'll get off. I don't want to get off on a tangent, but I can't. I will never be able to watch Baby Driver.
I just watched a couple weeks ago, maybe about 3 weeks ago. I watched The Usual Suspects. You know, it's one of my favorites of all time.
And that movie hinges on him.
And right,
and hinges
watching
on him.
it like why?
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
Why? Gosh. And Bryan Singer as well. He directed that.
Yeah.
So anyway, but damn it, I know.
No, this movie, this movie, man, it's.
I just felt you don't come away feeling good about it at all, or about just people, you know. And one of the problems though I had with that is, I don't know if I would get into the director for this or whoever wrote it. Did he write it?
Todd Phillips was co-writer.
I saw, co-writer.
I'll look up right now.
There was like 3 writers.
Yeah. But I talked about this afterwards. Is the portrayal of Thomas Wayne and the way.
So he wrote it with Scott Silver.
Okay. If this movie turns out to be a standalone, no sequel, no connection to anything coming in the future, I'll say, okay, I get it. Bravo. It's perfect.
Because
if
Thomas Wayne contributed to him.
Yes. And to society collapsing the way it did in Gotham. But if they connect this, and the way they set it up with they did the Batman kind of origin, at least the beginnings of it, with that everybody has seen a million times, with the Waynes getting murdered outside of a movie, which I love the way it was Zorro the Gay Blade, which was out at that time. It was like an early 80s movie, because I'm pretty sure in the original. Oh yeah, it's a real movie. Yeah. And because him and his parents were going to see Zorro, they were coming out of Zorro. So this one they made it Zorro the Gay Blade. So, but you don't feel as bad for him getting killed by people that he's been sort of talking down to throughout this movie. This is the way, and I'm not trying to make this at all political at all, but the president, Donald Trump, who was a big New York, who's pretty much this very same guy back in like the 80s and 90s, was just like this. Like, these people need me. I'm their only hope. Like, and that's not the way you talk down to disenfranchised and affected people. Like, you speak to them, and that's not the way Thomas Wayne is. Like, he's not.
Well, he basically said unsuccessful people are clowns.
Right.
Called them all clowns.
Like, what are you doing? And that's not the. So I had a problem with them portraying him that way.
This also creates, and it could be very different, obviously, but having that type of Thomas Wayne could create a very different type of Bruce Wayne.
Yes.
And
exactly.
Batman in the future. And so we'll never see that, obviously, but having that type of role model, and whether or not his son sees that, but eventually finding out that that's the type of man he was,
right.
That creates a very different type of person for Bruce Wayne.
And just knowing his,
and maybe we're thinking too far ahead, because this is strictly about Joker.
And that's what I'm saying. If they keep it tied to just containing just this one film, I have no problem with it all. It'd be great.
Question.
But
do you think there will be a sequel to this? Yes or no?
A sequel?
Yeah. Or another follow-up movie to this?
Well, I don't know about.
I hope so, but
if it makes enough money, yes, because that's how the studios are.
It's all about Joaquin Phoenix. Because
you think yes? Yes or no?
Do I want it or
no? Do you think they're going to do something else? Jake, do you?
No.
Will this so are you sequel or will this be
everyone would be down except
I'm
Joaquin
talking
Phoenix.
Sequel tied into something.
All right, so
yes, my answer is yes.
I believe that there's a possibility they could say like that was Robert Pattinson, the kid. If that actor who came to the gate and pulled him away from the gate was Alfred, then it's not, because we already know who's playing Alfred in the Robert Pattinson.
Well, we can always remember they can.
I missed that.
It's not.
Really?
Wait, say it again.
It's not Pierce Brosnan.
Yes, it is.
Playing Alfred.
No, that's not official. That's nothing for Alfred is coming out for.
Oh, are you sure?
I'm pretty sure.
Oh, okay. Never mind. And then, hey, then it could be. But
I was thinking about that when we were watching. Like,
so
I don't think that's out.
Do we know what exact year Joker is set in?
It's early 80s.
Well,
All right, so if you go by Zorro the Gay Blade, it came out in 1981.
I was going to say it was like 81 or 82. So
then
I think
we know it's early 80s. And then they said
if the rumors
the
about
Batman is going to be in the 90s.
Set in the 90s, yes.
That could be Robert Pattinson.
That's what I'm saying.
Because let's say it's 15 years later.
Why would they include... I was surprised to even see that.
If they say it's 15 years later, it's 1996. Right. And that kid is 25, 26, 27, 28, whatever the case is, it's possible. I don't think they're going to do that. I mean, they could, and then just never have the Joker in those Batman
Joker
movies.
would literally be like 50-something.
That's okay. There's been iterations where the Joker
was 50-something.
Really old.
There's a rumor from a month ago that says that Pierce Brosnan was being eyed to play.
Okay.
Yeah, nothing's been confirmed, but it was from August 18th.
Okay. So I obviously love the movie. My biggest problem with it is how obvious and how kind of lazy, to be honest, the Zazie Beetz thing was, the twist, if you will.
That's my biggest problem. I figured out everything
so
way
it
too
did
quickly.
not seem. I knew right away. There's no way that she's actually dating him.
Right. It did seem strange.
They could have made me believe it if they would have set it up naturally, where they should have had one more scene where they hang out or they talk, and she actually shows genuine interest in him.
Or we actually see him actually like ask her out.
Yeah, then I would have believed it. But
which is why we didn't see that, because
based on just those two conversations, the elevator and at the door, he walks into her apartment, starts making out with her. I was like, "There's no way." So that was my biggest problem with it, because it was kind of obvious. The reveal was done really well, but it was kind of obvious.
I have a question for you guys, because we're gonna have to wrap this up here pretty soon. So we know that everything with her was in his mind.
Yes.
I know.
Was him stalking her in his mind as well?
No, I think he did that.
I don't think so. I think he did, because that would make sense for him to stalk her, I think.
But but she showed up at his door.
So, but that wasn't real either.
But
her showing up at his door wasn't real.
Okay. They showed that, but they didn't show the stalking part. That's why I wanted to ask.
Exactly. I think that was that he was.
Also, since I just thought about this right now, and because they never actually showed it, and we think it was implied, did he kill her?
I don't think so.
I think it was implied, but I think it did it on purpose. They don't want us to know, really. Like, maybe he did, maybe he didn't.
I agree with that, but I 100% think he didn't. I think that was the start of his kind of I think that was the beginning of
that. Was the start.
Did he kill his mom before that?
Yeah,
no, I don't think so.
Oh, I don't. Yeah. I'm trying to remember if he came home from killing his mom and then went to her.
Yeah, because
maybe
because he went to his apartment and that's when he stabbed the guy after he went through his
came back from her. Damn, they maybe implied that he killed her and her daughter.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that was like kind of like because I told this to Max, my buddy who I was sitting next to. I said I was asking, like, I asked him during the movie. I go, does she die? And this is kind of the thing that kind of like makes him go, like maybe his mother dies, maybe she dies. It never crossed my mind that he would kill them.
Yeah.
But maybe he had to cut ties with everyone to become this type of to reach his full potential.
That's totally
kill his mom and kill her at the same time, and then kind of go on to be this individual.
Of anything that he cares about.
Exactly.
Before he went completely mad.
He killed every single woman he came in contact with.
Really?
If he killed Zazie Beetz.
He did not.
Except for the therapist.
Yes. That's what
and the girl he kissed on the show.
Oh well, yeah.
The woman that he kissed on the show, he didn't kill her as well.
Was the same
that's what I meant. Okay. Oh, you mean okay?
So that's what I'm saying. Is the therapist from the middle the same one at the end?
That's what people are thinking. That's what people are thinking.
If that's true, how did she end up working at the same hospital? Which makes me think it's possible that he was imagining the whole thing. But I will say, I just want to say really quick, I absolutely love the end, when he goes on the live show. That whole scene is amazing. Because this guy's so awkward and weird. And we know the Joker's very like a showman, right? When he becomes the Joker. And the way he comes out and he's dancing, and he just owned it. And he was totally the Joker in that moment. And when he killed him, I knew it was coming like a minute before.
It doesn't matter though. It doesn't matter at all. You knew it was coming, but they set it up the perfect way.
And then I want to mention this if you don't, but I love when he does the blood on his.
That's my favorite scene from the movie. That's my favorite scene from the movie. 100%.
I agree.
My favorite scene from the movie was the very first shot of the movie when he's putting on the makeup and he's crying and smiling. But until he did the blood scene,
I will say the way they handled his laugh, how they made it a metal
that was amazing.
Well, and it was his own character.
Mm-hmm.
It was its own character in the movie.
Amazing.
Exactly. And him giving the card. That's a great device with the card.
Yes.
And it makes me think about all the times we hear the Joker laugh. If we just pretend that that's real in all the Joker iterations, it means he's in pain or sad or something. When
literally
he's laughing.
can't help it.
That's crazy.
Whoever thought of that was.
It's the writers.
No, that's real.
It's the writers.
And I guess he actually looked that up apparently and studied it.
There's a condition for that. I think. Yeah, I believe so. I believe so.
It's
very
it's
a version of it. Yeah,
that's genius. I freaking love this movie.
I was very much. I know we got. Oh, okay.
Just final thoughts. Final thoughts.
Final thoughts. Okay, everybody wants to, Heath Ledger or Joaquin Phoenix. I can't make that call. They're so totally
I
different.
think it's BS. I don't think you need to pick one.
I don't think so either.
They're two different versions.
Both absolutely great. Man, I think about Heath Ledger so much more in watching it, and it's such a great performance he delivered. Both of them as well. There's two versions of this character that
completely different.
But they're so just amazing. The Joker is a fascinating character, and I love that we got two performances like this from people filmmakers and actors who understand how fascinating and so much depth to this character and going into it. And I don't know if I don't want to see another. I love the Joker, and for the rest of history, we're going to get people playing Batman and Joker. But how can you top this? How do you top this? I don't know if anybody can. So
it would be really cool to see them never do a Joker movie ever, or Joker, and it be a solo movie of his.
Yeah.
And never see him on screen ever again.
See him again. Yeah.
That'd be pretty cool.
Because
yeah, I kind of want to see a sequel where he's the Joker the whole time. Actually,
well, that's what Keith and I had mentioned this at the end of the movie.
Incredible.
We had said that I would love to see Joaquin Phoenix in Heath Ledger's Joker and Heath Ledger in Joaquin Phoenix Joker. It would be amazing to see them flip-flop and see how that works.
His character actor as that Joker.
Yes, they're both so similar, and they're probably two of the greatest actors to ever do it in the business ever.
Yes.
And to see them do that type of character is incredible. I love the film. I think the film is remarkable. I'm with you. I think that it gets better as I think about it. There's definitely flaws that I think it has, but for what I was going in with and what I was expecting from Todd Phillips, and I knew that I was going to get it from Joaquin Phoenix, and the twist that it had, and the violence that it had, and the disturbing factor that it had, it's a really, really good movie that's going to sit with you for a very long time, and it's going to sit there, and you're going to think about it, whether it's good or bad thoughts. Like he says, he has negative thoughts all the time, but it's definitely a film that deserves all the applause in the world, really.
Absolutely. All right, guys.